Hi guys, and welcome to another video with me, Crazy Skin Dog. And obviously competitive season for me is done for this year, but we have here a Monday night members social event at my local team sport track in Bristol. And I hadn't been here for a few months, and the ground floor is pretty slippery, so I always struggle here. But yeah, so my fastest time previously was a 39.46, and yeah, just looking to improve on that really. So we want anything better than the 39.4, and so we're going to come out to the pits and onto the main kind of straight-ish bit. Slide in the first corner there, yeah, remembering how slidey it is, and sorting the wheel a lot early on here, just trying to get a feel for how the track is tonight. Coming up to the hairpin, hit the brakes and half spin. Nice. Good way to start. So we'll let a few people pass there, give ourselves a bit of space so we don't hold them up. Remember, it's only a social, casual evening. We're not racing for positions or anything, just driving around trying to get our fastest laps. So we're going to let these guys through and just follow them around. And then the light test, so we have the yellows, and then the red. Obviously under the red, if you're on the ramp, you go down to the bottom of the ramp and then stop. And yeah, wait for the yellows again. Go yellow, and back to green, and away we go. And yeah, this bottom corner here is really difficult to get right. I was getting it all sorts of wrong all night, but we'll go around a lap here. So I'll cross start finish around the first corner, hug that tight, and then the long left-hander into the tight right-hander straight after. Try not to slide too far left. Slight kink to the left, the hairpin that leads up the hill. We slide there, we go wide, and somebody's going to get a better drive up the hill than us. Oh no, they're going to slide behind. And then right-hander at the top of the hill, long right-hander again, and then into the double hairpins. So left hairpin, round right hairpin. And we're going to let this guy through because they're both of them, because they were faster than us. Down the hill, and then around this long sweeping right-hander. So we're going to hug both apexes on this attempt, and it kind of sends a bit wide, and we have to decelerate, and we lose a bit of time. So that was a great entry into there. But yeah, so we're going to find some more interesting parts here. We'll skip ahead and see what action happened on track. I was struggling with this hairpin all night, although I did start to get it better later in the evening. And yeah, let's skip on and find some interesting stuff. So here we go, we found some interesting racing. So we can see we've got a couple of carts up ahead. We've been overtaken by a few in this session, haven't overtaken anybody yet, so we're going to try and catch up to somebody, because the guy ahead hasn't passed us, so it looks like we're catching up to somebody. So we're going to try, and yeah, we're catching up quite a lot around that bottom section, it seems. And then the hairpin, by this point of the session I'd started braking much earlier. I thought, stuff it, let's just brake super early, and what's the worst that can happen? I go into the corner slow and lose some time on the lap, and it actually seemed to be a much better line. So you can see around the top hairpins here, catching up under braking, and again around the second hairpin. Coming down the hill, can we make any time? So you see how much time you can lose in this bottom corner. I'm not taking that particularly well. I still caught up a cart length or so on the guy in front who was taking it worse than me. And yeah, we're going to get some decent drive around that bottom section there, yeah, catching right up. And we're just going to tail him. Obviously indoor karting, not many places to overtake. This is the best one, so we get on the brakes early, turn in. We caught up a lot, not enough to get a move, although we're going to get better drive up the hill. Last minute, send it up the inside and get round. Nice overtake, we're happy with that. And then coming into the hairpin, nope, he's going to send it back up the inside. Weren't expecting that. So then we're going to try and do it all again. So we'll get on his tail, see how we can go down this bottom corner, see if we can catch up again. Yeah, taking that nice. Look how much we've caught up there, right on his tail now. He's looking over his shoulder where we're right there. And it's a bit of fun in a social session to just have a bit of race every now and again if both sides are happy, and it seems both sides are happy at this point. And then yeah, back into the hairpin. Nice early brake, turn in. Don't seem to be on him, but again we catch up the hill. That lighter weight really helping us out there. And again up the inside. Is he going to send it a second time? We're going to try and defend a little bit, but no, he absolutely just flies up the inside, slams on the brakes. Unfortunately for him, that means he's got no drive. We're going to get side by side in the spot corner. Now this is really slippery, so I have to be really careful there not to just wash out wide and slide into barrier as I slide out coming out of the corner. And looks like he's still behind us. We're ahead going into this section. Hopefully we can hold that. Looks like we can. Around the right hander. Try and glance over the shoulder. Okay, up the hairpin. Yeah, it looks like we're ahead now. Look over the shoulder just to make sure. And yeah, happy with that. That was a fun little couple of laps battle there in the middle of the session. And taking these practice sessions to kind of work on camera settings and things and mounts. So this is a setting I haven't used before, and on my footage it looks much better than my previous videos. So let me know what you think if this session looks good, this first session. I use different settings for each of the sessions in this one. So yeah, if there's a visible quality difference, let me know. And if YouTube just compresses it all so that it doesn't make any difference, then just good. Now we see Aiden's got a better drive out of the hairpin than us. We're just going to stay wide, let him up the inside. He's much faster than us, about a second lap faster than us. There's no point in holding him up and ruining his fast laps. We're just going to sit on his tail and follow him. I've also adjusted the mount on the helmet slightly, so hopefully now there's less of my crotch and more of the racing ahead. That one's for you, Neil. I know you love looking at my crotch, but yeah, we better get some racing in this racing channel, haven't we? Rather than just some crotch views. But yeah, so hopefully the way I've got the camera set up in this one, I'm liking this, so I'm thinking I'm going to use this setting going forward. Let me know if there's anything wrong with it, or if you think it's good. And yeah, obviously Aiden's just dropping us there with his second a lap faster. And let's jump on some more. You see me shake my head a couple of times in this lap as I'm just sliding, as I'm trying too hard at this point, I think. But yeah, I think we're going to skip on to the one of the later sessions now and see how we got on in those. So, session 2, and we're coming out of the pits, ready. Again, I've changed the settings for this one, so let me know if it looks worse. And yeah, we've got traffic, and this guy's going to see a gap. He's going to go for it, and it wasn't a gap. And we got a little bit of fun sliding on the contact on the exit of the pit there. There we go. Even in members sessions, you can have some interesting moments. So we've started on the back of 2 guys. So let's see if we can make some time up on them. So we're going to get side by side here. Go for a nice early break in. Go to the inside, and then we actually end up with a little bit of a contact, unfortunately. Sorry for that one, but yeah, we get up the inside. Around we go, we're going to hold it, we're going to slide out in that one. I don't know if that was contact from behind or if that was us just getting a bit too hot on the accelerator. And then coming down the hill, going to slide around there. It's just the way that corner is, I think. Unfortunately, I'm not good enough at it yet to keep it fully under control, so it's more a slide and hope in a semi-controlled manner. And yeah, this bottom floor is really slippery at Bristol, but it's good practice for driving in low grip conditions, and just getting more gentle on the accelerator and a bit aggressive on the accelerator and brake. So this evening I was trying to be smoother with the application of both, to see if that would keep the kart settled, keep it from sliding, keep the rears from spinning, and just speed me up a bit. And it seemed to be working a little bit. We'll go through the times in a bit, but yeah, having fun on track. Haven't been on track for a few weeks, and yeah, just enjoying getting back out on the circuit and getting the practice in, because that's what I need over this winter. Obviously entering the SRK and the Castle Coombe Karting Championships next year, so really need a lot of practice to be up to speed for both of those championships, to be challenging for decent positions in both. And yeah, looking nice and smooth. So once again, we've got some space, and we'll jump ahead to some fun stuff, I think, because as much as this was good practice for me, and I'm getting some good laps in, it's I guess it's kind of interesting watching, but it's more fun when there's people around and I'm messing up, isn't it? So let's jump ahead and find something more entertaining. Okay guys, so as we can see, we've got 2 karts ahead again. Same guy as the previous session, we were faster then, taking that bottom corner quite nice on this lap. And we're at the head of a train of karts. There's me and the guy directly behind me that are about the same speed, having a little bit of a to and fro. And then there's 3 karts behind that are much faster than both of us, and trying to make their way through. And so I go to let him through there, point him through, but he sticks behind. I don't know if he got bad drive. I could see his nose up the inside, but he must have got bad drive and has decided to stick behind. So yeah, we're gonna try and stay ahead of that guy while simultaneously catching up to the guy in front. So we got a nice little battle going on in front and behind. So good bit of racing practice, which I need a lot of. And yeah, just keeping it smooth, trying to build on decent lap times to catch up to the guy in front. We know we're faster than him from the previous session. We're going to slide sideways there, that's not great. And we're braking super early and tapping. No, we're going to brake late. And the other guy's made a dive, but we're going to get better drive out of the hairpin, and that's a great example. He's going to be up the inside though, and we're going to slide up the inside there, and then just send it into the hairpin, nice and cheeky. Get the elbows out, get a bit of practice in battling. But yeah, that up the hill there was a perfect example of slow in, fast out. So he absolutely hammered it up the inside of me. I had to kind of avoid him and miss the apex. And still, from that slower entry, my kart was more settled, I had more grip, and I just got better drive out the corner. And even though he had the inside line and outbraked me, the better drive out of the corner meant I was ahead coming up the hill. So yeah, that was a real good philosophy point. I mean, the two faster guys come through, and yeah, they send it easily. And so we're going to stick on the back of them and see where we're losing out. The spoiler for where we're losing out is everywhere. We can see the drive out that second hairpin they make up on us. Obviously their lap times are compromised a little bit by battling the guy in front, so that's why I'm going to maintain on their bumpers for a little while so easily. But yeah, we're going to see what we can do. It's going to all kind of bunch up, bump into the rear of the guy in front, hand up an apology. I don't know if his hand up was apology or you idiot. And then ahead we've got a bit of argy-bargy and a bit of sliding, and one guy ends up in the barrier, so we're gonna ease past him. All going on in this members session, isn't it? It was a busy one. I think there were 23 members turned up in the end, so we're split across two groups. I think there was 16, 17 karts on the track for this session, which is quite a lot on a track of this size. But yeah, we get that bottom corner wrong, lose out a load of time going down the straight. So we can see from one lap we've probably lost a good half a second to the guys in front. And yeah, that's really what I got to work on, improving those lap times. Get the hairpin all right. They're gonna pull away, and then they're gonna pull away around that corner as well. And then Aiden's gonna come through because he's much faster than me. We sweep round, try not to lose too much time whilst letting him through. I say letting him through, a year it took us, but I'm gonna say I let him through just to feel better about myself. And then we're gonna stick on the back of him and see if we can learn some more lines. And you see we were maintaining the gap around the corner, but then he just gets much better drive out. I think I'm cooking it too much going in and just losing on that coming out, and then we slide, hit the barrier, see a big shake of the head as we're not happy with that. Nice and early on the brakes. Now we're going to miss the apex by about a mile, and not get great drive up the hill and lose out even more time. Just these three in front is a visual representation of how far off the kind of ultimate pace I am. I'm getting better than my previous sessions, and learning a lot, but I've still got a lot to go. That was a much better drive around that one though. So we seem to make up a little bit of time and don't seem to be losing too much down the straight, just kind of maintaining, which is nice. And then there's a better drive around there. Find when I got these fast guys in front, I seem to drive much better, calmer somehow, and kind of just focus on them, and it helps me not get distracted and kind of losing focus on where I am on the track and stuff. I'm going to watch the track right in front of me a bit too much. When I've got these guys 4 or 5 kart lengths ahead, maybe a few more, I focus further ahead, and I've got to really practice on focusing further ahead and looking at the next corner instead of the track right in front of me, because obviously that means I'm entering corners too fast and I'm reacting to the corners rather than setting myself up early and preparing for them. Starting to do that. That was a nice drive on the hairpin there. Nice early brake, swift turn in, kept it under control, decent drive it felt like. But yeah, so those guys have pulled away out front. We still got the guy behind us, and yeah, pretty happy with these laps. I know I got overtaken by 3 people, but we had a battle with the guy behind, and we got past the other guy that got himself put in the wall. Not got himself, but got put in the wall by one of the other guys. And yeah, we'll skip on a little bit. Okay guys, so the third session, and this was our last planned session, but we could have a fourth if we fancied at the end of this. But we were going to see how this one went because we're starting to feel a little bit tired. So we're going to come out of the pits and try and set our fastest lap of the night. We're happy with what we've done so far, but yeah, trying to just improve, get all the practice in we can, and you can see this guy's a fair gap ahead after coming out of the pits. But we're going to try and get our heads down and catch up to him. We're going to see if we can catch someone up and overtake them. So let's see how we go. Nice and smooth around the hairpins, a bit slidey, but yeah, we're still not losing out, maybe gaining a little bit. Around this bottom corner, nice and tight on the first apex, widen into the second one. Not the greatest, but I did catch up sometimes, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, and we're just getting this bottom section. I'm a bit all over the place on the bottom section. That was a good one that time. I didn't hit any barriers, I kept it under control, and I gained some time. Sometimes though I just slide out horribly. I'm going to see here, nice closing up under braking, and then great acceleration up the hill, and we're going to send it up the inside, and there we go. We caught somebody up and we passed them. Wonderful. It wasn't massively slower than us, but we managed to get a good drive, and that just shows how important A, the bottom corner is, and B, the hairpin is. Okay guys, because it can't all just be me being amazing all the time, I'm going to show you me being a bit of an idiot here. So one of the guys was getting some on-track tuition, and the tutor's coming through here, and I'm going to go and let the guy through. No, I'm going to push him away. So yeah, that was a bit of a mess. So yeah, the guy in front was one of the guys that works the track, and he's given the guy that passed me there, number 4, some tuition, and I went to go wide to let the guy behind through up the inside, and just a bit of miscommunication. I pushed him out wide and towards the barriers, and that was a bit silly. So yeah, sorry for that. I did go up and apologise after the sessions for being a bit of a fool. But we're actually going to try and steal a bit of free tuition ourselves here and just follow the lines in front and see if we can learn anything about how they're taking corners, how I'm taking corners in comparison, and places to improve. So yeah, it was started off with me being an idiot, but it was a learning experience in more ways than one. And yeah, sorry again for that. And I am an idiot sometimes, most of the time. But yeah, good stuff. Let's find me not being an idiot. Okay guys, so the rest of the session was mostly me driving around with a bit clearer track ahead, just getting some times in, working on lines, and working out where I can improve, what I'm getting wrong, all those sorts of things. Just some good practice for me, but not particularly interesting to watch because there's an empty track of me sliding lots. So what I did after this one, I was feeling good after this 3rd session, so I fancied a 4th session, and we were told to just do the whirly hand when we went into the pits and line up for the 4th session. So I did the whirly hand, I lined up for the 4th session, and the GoPro died. So no footage of the 4th session, but we'll jump into the timings of the heats, the rounds, and see how I got on. Okay guys, so as we can see, we've got timings up on screen here. I've put them in the wrong order, but the one on the right there, obviously the green highlighted one, is my fastest lap in each of the sessions. So previously my best was a 39.46 was my previous best. So we can see in the right hand column there, we got 39.149. That was actually my first session, not the last session, as would logically be the case of the one on the right. But yeah, 39.149 was my my first session. So that was 0.3 and a bit better than my previous best. So I was happy with that after getting off track on the first session. And then as you can see, we just continued to progress. So second from the left, we got 38.596. And on the far left we got 38.496. So we've got into the 38s. To get into the 38s tonight at all was my aim. To get into 38.4s was absolutely fantastic. And we can see the 3rd column there, 38.411 was ultimately my fastest lap of the night, and that came in the last session after the GoPro had died. So there's no footage of that lap for me to watch back on. But yeah, absolutely over the moon with 38.411, to be honest, with a previous best of 39.46 to take a second off of my personal best was amazing. I really felt like I drove a lot better tonight than last time I came. Obviously, it's been a few months, and I've done quite a bit of karting in between the 2 sessions at Team Sport. But that was a great session, and to do a 38.4, I'm really happy with. Getting closer to those guys at the front. If they don't keep speeding up, they keep putting in faster and faster times. They crept into the 36 seconds yesterday, so I was looking good to be within a second of them, and then no, they just go faster, so that I'm now not within a second of them again. So I just need to get up there more, practice, and I'll definitely be trying to do more sessions at Team Sport in the new year, and just getting better and practicing on that slippery surface just to get better at my throttle control overall, to be honest. But yeah, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Do all the usual liking and subscribing, check out my social channels, all that stuff. And I'm going again tonight, so we might see another video from another local track later this week. So thank you very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and see you next time.